Welcome to Silver 3, guys. Silver 3. How you doing? You've made it past bronze. And guess what? Now you get to Overlord Scout. You've got your wings. Your Overlord wings. They're on your chest. You can Overlord Scout now. You can fly the plane. You can fly now.
We require more minerals.
But some updates. Everything is kind of the same as we did before. We're gonna establish a little bit more of a definitive build order, a little bit, but not still. It's gonna be kind of open-ended a little. It's gonna be somewhat open-ended. It's not too picky about it yet. But we are gonna scout a little bit, and that could change our plans. We're gonna. And it's only the very beginning of the game. That's all we're scouting. Okay, we're not scouting repeatedly. We're not going full Cyril on this shit. We're just scouting to see, did my opponent expand or not? And is my opponent proxying me or not? That's the only thing we're scouting. First two Overlords. One goes to his natural, second one goes to our natural. Kaput, done deal. Presto, we're done.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Okay. So this is like a 17, 18, 20. 17 hatch, 18 gas, 18 pool, 20 gas. It's because we're doing a 2-base roach timing build, opener, basically. Pretty standard. That's what we've been doing before already in Beta GM. And now we can also start doing things with the Overlords. Every time we make one, let's start filling in the open area around our base and just leave them there. Every time you make one, just leave it around the open area of your base. It'll help with scouting future attacks as well on the minimap. So first two Overlords. First Overlord goes to his natural. Second Overlord stays in yours. Every Overlord after that, you can be like, go over here in the open air space. Just rally the egg to it, and you're good. Fix my saturation of my mineral line. Now look, he didn't expand, okay? He did not expand. This motherfucker has no natural, man! He doesn't have a natural! We're not gonna scout up the ramp yet, that's Gold League. Fuck it, I don't want you spending too much time on this. Just leave the Overlord over here, call it a day. So here's what we're gonna do instead, okay? And this is because we scouted him, and because we can now make a educated guess as to what's happening. Because there is no natural, we're gonna make a spine crawler. Because there is no natural, we are going to make a spine. There is a high chance we can be attacked by something early now. That could fuck me up if I make drones heavily. So this will help guard us from that, since this dude is delaying expansions. Now he could be expanding on the high ground. It could happen, but again, waste of our time. We're not going to be focusing too hard on that right now. Attack the Reaper with our drones. We're not going to micro that drone. This guy's microing the Reaper. So we can go attack it. Go back in and get ready to inject. Go back in and get ready over here. And good to go, right? Take a couple of gases on our base. And let's go ahead and start a third base as well. We can also start a Evo chamber. Now, basic creep spread. We're doing basic creep spread now as well. Every time I inject my bases, which is what we just did, I am going to put a creep tumor down. And we're now also going to make a 4th queen because of this. So when I start my third base, we're making queen number 4. Okay? Saturate my gases. We have more drones in production right now. We can keep sending Overlords to the open air spaces. Now look at my base. Inject. Inject. Creep tumor. Go to the active ones as well. Creep. Creep. Now let's grab some drones and send them to my new base. Now we're at that point where we can make roaches because we're 2-base saturation. So we're going to make like 10 roaches. Get upgrades on them as well. And send one of my queens now to go become a 3rd injector too. We have 4 queens. We want 3 injecting and 1 spreading creep. We're going to make the creep spreading queen in its own control group. I put it on 2. Roaches are on 1. And that's good. And now we kind of covered the initial part of the airspace around our base. We can kind of forget about it now. We don't have to keep sending overlords everywhere. We'll just let it be. And we're good to go. Now we're done making roaches. We have 10. Keep making drones now. So inject. We're making drones. SD. 5 SD. Inject. Inject. Creep. 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 We can even make another one over here. Or like over here. Because this queen has a lot of energy. Okay, inject again. We actually, and then we have made the tumors. So we're good. Everything is good. Let's go ahead and make a second Evo chamber and a Hydra den. And we can start our other gas in our main, because our dudes are looking pretty good now. And we can see on the mini-map, we still see a bit of his base here. He still doesn't have a gas. This Overlord is in a safe place, for the most part. We still can't see his base, but it's fine. Fuck it, dude. We've already committed to what we're doing. You just wanted to make that spine early if he didn't expand. Now, drone count 63. We're getting there. We're almost there. We're getting to a nice comfortable position in general. So we just injected, injected, injected. Now let's creep, 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 green box, creep, creep, green box, creep. Okay, good stuff. Saturate my gases. Rally my hatchery to my new base. We could even take another base because we're gonna saturate that one pretty fucking fast now. And let's make another like 10 drones. We're at 82 drones now. We're good. We're at the realm of greatness in terms of saturation of bases. And look, he's finally taking a natural. Sick. We see that. We see he's finally establishing the natural. So that's cool. We know that now. So we're gonna inject, inject, inject. Creep, 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 creep tumor with the queen, creep again, creep again. While you're creeping, make some Hydras, make some Overlords. Don't only look at the creep. Remember, 5 SD, 5 SH, all this stuff. And our drone count's done now, so we're just making pure Hydras at this point. Now we can go back to our main base and look at our money. Oh, we got 1,000 plus. Macro hatch. Same thing as before. When you can't really spend your money and you're like, damn, I got so much money. Just throw a fucking macro hatch in there. Every 1,000 you're just sitting on, throw a macro hatch in there. And you will fix this problem eventually. And whenever you make a hatchery, grab it, click it, shift it into your hatchery group. Inject, inject, inject. While I'm looking for a creep tumor to creep spread, make Hydras. Creep spread, creep spread, creep spread. Try to make Hydras again. Creep spread, creep spread, creep spread, creep spread. Try to make Hydras again. Creep spread. And let's grab this queen and move her over here. Try to make Hydras again. Repeatedly. Do this. Gotta make them Hydras, boys. Okay, looked at my base. Oversaturated. Grab, grab. Send them over here. Natural's looking good still. So, but now we need to inject. 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 Try to make Hydras again. Creep. 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 Try to make Hydras again. Creep. Okay, he's attacking. So, select all army, go to where he is on the creep. Just aim of it. Creep. Creep. Don't look at it. Creep is more important right now. And creep tumors. And this time, we have a lot of creeps, so now it's really getting to a point where it's really busy. It's really busy mode. So every time we're done creeping, we can honestly inject again. And then we can be like, alright, now let's go back here and send my saturation over there. Nice. Grab that. What's my drone count at? 77. Let's make like 6 drones. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now, Hydras again. We're maxed. Now we can creep spread. Creep. 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 Etc. 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 Just keep making creep tumors. Just move your camera around and grab the tumors and build them. Okay, and now we have battlecruisers in our main. So let's grab all army. And move the main base. Select the army, attack, move the main base. Start upgrades. Inject. Inject. Start a queen again in my main. Drone count still looks pretty solid. Make Hydras. Just keep holding down the Hydra key. I'm making Hydras all day. Okay, now let's take a second here because this guy's going BCs. Spore crawler. Spore crawler. Spore crawler. Spore crawler. And spore crawler. Now, drones. To replace those drones we just used. Make a couple gases. And once again, make drones to replace those drones we just used. Rally them to the mineral line right here. Take a second. Inject. 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 Creep. 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 Now grab your army and just A move his third base, shift the ramp, natural, shift the ramp, main. Let it happen. Look at my base. Look at my incomes. So we got inject, inject, inject. Grab a drone, move it over, fix it, and creep tumors again. Creep. Creep. Your priorities now have changed a little bit, and your priorities are now. Not only are you doing everything you did before, we have the opener of we're scouting with the Overlord to see if he's expanded or not, but now we're also focusing on creep. We're just focusing on creep. Everything is the same as we did before, but now we are learning how to creep spread in Silver League with Zerg. We're adding in another mechanic to our play. And now we're going to inject, 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 make Hydras again, and creep. This will keep you busy repeatedly. You will eventually get faster at it. But if you can spread one tumor every at least every 2 seconds, you're fine. And now look at the control of the map that we have. Look at the amount of control we have on this map. We have creep everywhere. If I really wanted to look at the minimap, there is very few pieces of terrain that I cannot see at this point, and it's spreading further and further and further. And all we did was focus on the creep spread. That's all we did. And also the other thing too is when you have creep like this, it has two positive impacts. There's two positive impacts on creep like this. One is your reinforcements get across the map to your opponent's base really fast. And number two, you can consume the map in a way where it makes it harder for your opponent to ever push you. Because defensively you can fight on creep. Aggressively you can then possibly fight on creep. If you take this base over, your opponent can't hide a base here. If you take creep all the way down to here, your opponent can't even take his normal third base, because same thing with this one. If creep is here, if he floats a command center to take his third and he's like, fuck, creep is there? What? It's just harder to play the game. And all we focused on was macroing and adding in creep to our macro rotations. That's all it was. All it was. And then once we get 10 to 12 active tumors, it keeps us busy to where it's literally inject, 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 creep, 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 inject, 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 creep, 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 creep. Every time. Here's the thing, okay? Think about it like this. Think about it like this, guys. And yes, this was only one creep spreading queen, by the way. Think about it like this. This is something that a lot of people neglect. And again, it's something that is efficient. Also anonymous, thank you very much for the 150 bits. Thank you. But look at this. Think about this. How long has this game been? It's 12 minutes. I made queen number 4 around, I think, 4 minutes? Let's go back and see. Queen number 4 was started around 4 minutes, which means around 4:30 it'll be done. Okay, so we'll go over here. Queen number 4 just finished. I just want to let you guys know that from now on, every single 30 seconds, I can add another tumor to my active tumors. So what that means is right now I already have 2. Or sorry, I already have 3. The reason why I have 3 is because I made a third queen as well. When I go queen, queen, inject, inject, and then I make layer and then a third queen, that third queen makes 3 tumors before my third is done. And then it goes over to become an injector for my third. So I start with 3 tumors, and then now my 4th queen is out. So now, when my first tumor gets thrown down with this 4th queen, the 4th queen throwing down her first tumor means I have 4 active tumors. So then the next time I want to make a tumor, now I have 5. The next time, now I have 6. The next time, now I have 7. And that's every 30 seconds. So at 5 minutes, I will have 4. At 5:30, 5. 5, or at 6 minutes, 6. 6:30, 7. 7 minutes, 8. Does that make sense? It sounds kind of confusing with the numbers I'm throwing at you, but yeah. And for you to have a creep spread across the entire map, later on, we had like 15 active tumors, which I'm getting 2 additional active tumors every minute. And then everything else is still the same. Everything else is still the same. As you can see, look at this guy's build. This build was barracks, barracks, factory, starport, starport. And then he makes a command center. There is no problem making a spine when someone opens like this, because if this guy would have attacked me with a little bit of bio and maybe a tank or something, this spine crawler would have bought me time to make my roaches or my zerglings, depending on how early he decided to attack me, and I would not have lost my drones. I would have been great. So this spine is totally logical if my opponent opened like that. Which is why this is where this Overlord scouting comes in. Did he expand? Did he not? That's all we care. We don't want to go into his base. We don't want to identify everything. Even if there's an expansion on the high ground. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. We just want to know, did he throw down a quick expansion, which means I don't need a spine, or did he throw down a quick expansion? Or sorry, or did he skip it, which means I do need a spine? And then, yeah, the creep spread tells you everything too. It's like, it's amazing. Creep spread's so good. And also we have the dead spots in around our side of the map covered with Overlords too, because we did that early on when we had nothing really going on. The worker count difference is huge. The reason why the worker count difference is huge is because of this. Okay, let me give you his build in Zerg form. This is what he did. If I were him, this is what would have been comparable. I make a second hatchery right there. I make a spawning pool. I make a lair. I make a roach warren or a Hydras den. I then make maybe like 10 zerglings and like 5 roaches or 5 hydras. I then make an infestation pit. I go hive. I start a spire. I tech into greater spire. I make like 6 broodlords. And then I throw down my natural. That is essentially what he teched all the way to fucking battle cruisers and then expanded. So yeah, like it's not efficient. And by the time he teleports VCs into our base, we're max supply. And then yeah, from there nothing really matters. The game's kind of over. Right? There's not really a whole lot you can do at this stage. For the Terran side of things, like his build, the opener of it was just not efficient enough. So that's all it really comes down to. The build is just not efficient. It just needs to be changed for him. It needs to be a bit more priority on workers and a little bit less priority on tech path. Because that is one way I've described. That is one way I have described like, because I will get people in like Masters League asking me questions like this as well. They'll be like, ViBE, dude, how the hell do I deal with BCs? I go Hydras and I die. And I'll be like, it's okay. Just like, I'll watch the replay, you know, like they'll be like, replay, analyze me. I'll watch it and I'll be like, okay, well, your first problem is you're delaying your third really hard. You're not really droning that much because you don't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of minerals. You're not really making queens either, because you're going on like you have like, let's say 29 drones and 9 of them are mining gas because you're rushing your layers so fast. By the way, we just got sniped again, guys. This guy is the Masters Protoss. Sick. Bro, stop ruining my series.
We require more minerals.
Alright, so I will try to beat him like a silver player. I'm not going to stomp him. It doesn't make any sense to stomp him. Go ham. No, it ruins the, like, it literally, if I just start smashing people at fucking GM level, it ruins the entire integrity of the series. If you yourself get sniped by some fucking dude who's like, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. Like, you can't just suddenly be like, I'm gonna just be GM now. Cause I as well am a smurf. Like, I'm not a legit fucking silver player. Anyways, we'll see how we can make it work. I will try my best to keep this as silver as possible. So we are going into our natural. We have an Overlord there. This is important. We're doing this now. We're scouting now. We are now scouting. We are going into his natural with our Overlord and seeing what he's going to do with his. Yo, Ripple Carry, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. You boss. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. You're an absolute legend, man. Okay, now we're going to rally down to my natural because fully saturated on the main with gas included. So grab 3 drones, put them on the gas. Make a couple queens. Let's just only, again, look at only at his natural. See what's happening. So he expanded. This is a very standard build. So we're not gonna do anything about that. We know now he expanded, so we don't need to make a spine. You got I got integrity, guys. You got integrity? By the way, if I remember right, if this is the same guy, this guy named Zin, I play him on my main account. I have played him on my fucking 5.5k MMR Zerg account. If it's the same Zin as the other Zin. Attack, move the probe at my 3rd. Just whatever, doesn't matter. He builds a pylon. Fuck it, we'll let it be. We'll go to another 3rd. Just go somewhere else. Take another 3rd somewhere else. We're gonna make a Roach Warren. And we're gonna make a couple gases as soon as I hit like 15 drones. And a creep tumor. Let's also make an Evo chamber. And let's take our 3rd base. Because we have the money, right? We have the money. And the reason why we have the money is because we did not make a spine crawler. We did not make a spine. Let's make an Overlord because we're blocking here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get Roach speed. Also, we ejected too, so don't forget to creep spread. Roach speed and weapons. Let's get a 4th queen. And let's send our, after this next tumor, after the 3rd tumor, let's go ahead and send our queen down to our 3rd base to inject it. We're going to make a few roaches. Here comes another inject. Inject. Tumor. Queen, now that tumored, goes down to my 3rd to become an injector for it when it finishes. 4th queen's almost ready to keep my creep spread going. So we'll get ready to inject again. And now let's go ahead and throw down our, when the next drones that we make spawn, let's get ready to throw down our hydrogen and our 2nd Evo. Inject, 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 make drones. Creep spread, spread my tumors. Good stuff. Make a couple Overlords because we're getting close to blocking again. And we can also take, okay, we're getting charge lot timing. So now we're getting attacked, so now we're going to move our roaches down there, and we're going to make roaches at the same time. And he's doing multi-prong charge lots with a prism. Right on. Well, this happens, boys. You know, when you play an obvious person who's doesn't belong there, this will happen. He's going full fucking. I was wondering how much he would hide it. He doesn't give a fuck. We're dead. I just got multi-pronged and all my drones are dead. Alright, Zin. Fuck off. You're ruining my series. Stop ruining it. Hydra screen again. If it gets to the point, if we get sniped again right now, I will start hiding my screen in the middle of games. I kind of want my YouTube video not to have fucking hiding screen situations going on though repeatedly, but if it gets to that point, then I will. He's probably laughing his ass off. I bet he probably is too. He's probably like, like I play that dude in my fucking GM account.
We require more minerals.
Okay, so let's go ahead and scout is natural. Same shit as before, guys. It's another Protoss as well. Or sorry, it's Terran. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's Terran. I thought it was Protoss. It's Terran. You could have an overlay screen with the main bullet points in the current racing league. Yeah, I don't have that on hand, is my point though. I'd have to, I only have one. Don't worry about it, it's fine. If I get sniped again, I'll do it. But I don't have a graphic that you're talking about already made.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Thanks for uploading the PVZ build order coaching video recently. It was helpful.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, Hurdler. Thank you very much for the 20, dude. Holy crap, bro. I appreciate the support. Legend. Legend, Hurdler. Thank you so much, man. Okay. Take my next gas. Or my first gas, rather. And we made another Overlord. It's going to go fill in the airspace around our base. And we're just making drones, boys. Got my main fully saturated as is. Also, the other thing too is, for those of you who are wondering about mineral stacking, I'm not going to do that until Platinum Lake. Or, you know, I'll do that in Gold Lake. I take it back. I'll do it in Gold Lake. Silver Lake is still too early. We're starting to learn basic scouting, so Silver Lake is like... Yeah, it's going to get overwhelming. Okay, so he expanded, right? He expanded. We can leave our Overlord here. We know he expanded. We know we're fine. We're not going to have to worry a whole lot about what's going on. Good stuff. Where are we at? I'm just tuning in. This is Silver 3. Zerg. I'm not going to micro my drones right now. Does not matter. Just make drones. Make another queen. Make a layer. Make my queen attack the Reaper if he sits there like that. Go back to my hatcheries. And good stuff. Okay, spinning the larva. Let's go. All the larva is spent. And now let's make a roach one. And then let's take a third. Okay. Get a drone down to my third, get ready to go. Let's take a couple of gases at my natural. And third will be started in just a second.
We require more minerals.
Okay. Now, once again, let's take another queen at my natural. Let's also make another Overlord, because we're gonna block soon. We just injected. We can creep tumor. And we can saturate these gases. We can also take our Evo chamber. And now, mineral line wise, we are looking at full saturation on my natural. And now let's make some roaches. We're gonna make like 8 to 10. 8 is minimum, 10 is maximum. If you go below that, you're playing kind of risky. If you go above that, you're playing way too safe. Okay. Now we're gonna send our queen over to our other base. We can have this queen throw down 1 tumor because it's just waiting anyways. This hatchery's not done yet. But we have 8 queens, or sorry, we have 8 roaches in production. 3 of them are already out, 5 of them are still on the way. We're making a couple overlords, not block. The hatchery's gonna finish, so it's also gonna help us have supply. And we're gonna be injecting our base, and then spreading creep, and making drones. So inject the bases, make drones. Always make drones as a rotation. Spread the creep, spread the creep, spread the creep, spread the creep. Make drones. Try to, if you can. I'm not doing this full on yet because we're not at a higher league yet, but just know that you should be interchanging, like you should be interweaving about every 3 to 4 actions you do, drones being made. Do 3 or 4 actions, drones being made all the time. So it's like this is an example. Inject, drones made. Inject, creep tumor, drones are made. Creep tumor, drones are being made. Like you keep doing it in between it. It should just be fast. Okay, so we're getting attacked. Let's rally to my main and let's start making roaches again because we're getting attacked and I don't have anything else to make. Let's also make a Hydra den, an Evo chamber, and 2 gases. And then start some creep tumors. Okay, the attack seems like it's been dealt with, so we're good. What's my main look like? Let's fix it. 3 drones for the mineral line, 1 queen for the base, 3 drones for this gas, 3 drones for that gas. And if you guys wonder how I did that, I literally would select all larva, make 3 drones, right click, hit 5 again, select all larva, make 3 drones, right click, hit 5 again, make 3 drones, select all larva, make 3 drones, right click. That way it deselects my current eggs. Every time I do the 5, it resets the eggs and it takes them out of the group. Start upgrades. We got Hydra upgrades, we got Carapace, we got ranged weapons too. Let's go ahead and inject my bases. And try and save that base and the roaches down there. Let's take another hatchery. And let's make drones. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it. And spread some creep while we're waiting. This is the priority. Okay, so he's attacking me again. So since he's here, let's make a round of units. We don't know exactly what's here, but we made drones up until the point that he is here. Okay, there's like a lot of stuff parading me right now, right? This is that moment when we're like, okay, well, let's make, we don't know how aggressive he's going to be because we don't scout anything really. We just know he has a natural. Let's take our time, make units, and deal with this. And then once we deal with this, we open ourselves up with another drone window because he's being aggressive. If our base dies, it's okay. So don't forget to inject. 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 And spread my drones out that need to be spread. Go over here. The space is good to go. Good stuff. Spread my creep. We're not in a rush right now, guys. And deal with that. Okay, there's a drop in my main. Let's select my army and hit the main really fast to save that. And is he still attacking? Yeah, he's sieging up again. So let's make 1 more round of Hydras. Okay, now let's group up, inject again, make another queen. Let's also get ready to go into a hive. So let's make an infestation pit. And let's go ahead and attack his shit. While we attack him, inject again, creep spread, Creep spread. Creep spread. Creep spread. Creep spread. Creep spread. What? Oh, okay, nothing. So drones. So say that's the perfect time to now go, is it going good or going bad? If it's going bad, make more army. If it's going great, make more drones. Because ideally, once again, the idea is you only need to make those choices like that until you hit optimal saturation, which we now are at. And now you don't have to think any choices, of any choices. It's just army, 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 army now. So let's inject, make a hive. Inject. Inject. Throw some creep down everywhere we go. Make some hydras in the process. Creep. 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 Make some hydras in the process. Creep. Creep. Make some hydras in the process. Grab my drones. Split them up. 3-3. Make some hydras in the process. See what I mean? Like, you always want to be rotating in these tasks of building shit. You don't want to neglect it all the time. Grab some drones, send him to a new base. We can even take another base again. And now let's A-move his base himself. We know he has a third, so let's A-move here. Shift there. Here to get a nice spread of hydras. Then here. Then here, because that's the front of a wall. Then here. Here. Into the main. Let it happen. Fix the drone that was down here. I fucked it up. We can build it again. And then inject my bases. Inject my bases. Inject my bases. We're still good on drone count, so make hydras because we're losing units right now. And then creep spread. 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 Make a couple hydras. Creep spread. Fix this creep up here. Connect that again. Good shit. Now, we're getting to the point where we have so much fucking creep that it's taking all time. So now all we're doing is trying to maintain good saturation of mineral lines. Fix these mineral lines as much as we can. Send them all to good bases. Make hydras in the process. Like, again, same thing again. GG! But once you get to a point when you have, seriously, like 12 active tumors, 15 active tumors, the process of maintaining proper saturation of mineral lines, which is what I taught you in Bronze League, maintaining that while now also maintaining proper creep spread, that is what you need to do. That is what you need to do. If you do not do those two things, like those two things are going to keep you busy as fuck all the time. They're going to keep you super busy. And you'll get faster at them as you increase your skill level at StarCraft. And just to give you guys an example, let me go and sit up here really fast. Okay? This is what you can look like if you stick to it long enough. Like you're honestly, I'll give you two examples, okay? One more example of what it should look like if you're silver. This is what a silver player should look like. Realistically. I feel like that's realistic for a silver player. And then you do it again. And you do it again. And if you do it like that, at that speed, you'll be doing it all game because that is, you know, that's what's going to happen. By the time you're done with one task, the other one's going to be needing to be done. And then by the time you're done with that, the other one's going to be needing to be done. That's just how it goes. It just takes practice to get faster at it. There's nothing I can tell you that's like, this is the magic rule to get faster. You just have to get quicker with your mouse. And I would say also maybe increase your screen scrolling. Mine's at 50%. And if you get faster, and you maybe even use camera hotkeys, if you get faster, this is what it could look like. Okay, this is like if you get quick at creep spread and injecting, you could be like. There you go. You just made all your creep, and now you have a lot of time. It just takes time to get faster at it. It just takes time. And suddenly a task that took you 25 seconds before could take you 10 seconds now. And now all those 15 seconds is like What am I doing? I got free time again. And you know what time that is? That's when you micro, when you're really good at the game. So it's, yeah, developing yourself, developing your creep spread. The more you develop it, the more you stick to it, the more you understand when you should do it. Speed increases with experience just because you get more comfortable with it. But the harder thing to understand is when you should be doing it. And you should really be doing it a lot, like all the time. You don't want to be that guy who's like, I'm Diamond 2 and my creep spread is like 3 tumors every game. I can barely connect my natural to my third. Don't be that guy as Zerg. That guy struggles for no reason, and that creep is a big deal. Do you inject really fast by using camera hotkeys, green box the queen, and a bunch of drones? The queen is on top of the group, so you inject hotkey? Yeah, if you select drones and the queen, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. Okay, so once again, scout this guy's natural. It's a ZVZ now. Zerg versus Zerg. I feel personally attacked. Well, guess what? You can come back and you can develop your habits. You can develop good habits now, dude. That's what we're teaching you. What do you think about adding another creep queen for folks who aren't good with creep spread? Not necessary. That's build specific. That's not good with this build we're doing right now. That's too many queens. This is a Roach build with two base heavily opener. Like mass queens is fucking terrible. You have a bad economy. Mass queen builds only really make sense if you're gonna go for like a third base and heavy Ling, because your money makes more sense that way. Those are things we'll do in Diamond League basically, because I will switch the build up in Diamond League a lot.
We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
Oh yeah, here we go again, guys. Same thing. Natural queen sitting at my natural. First queen going to his natural. Let's make a pool. I'm not Diamond player, but I'm Diamond 1. Feels fucking bad, man. Well, like, hopefully this series is helping you out, man. Like, to learn. It's not that hard to just dedicate your tasks to something more important. Because if you never do what I just did, if you never are the guy that goes inject, 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 creep, 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 if you never do that, you're never going to get faster at it, and you're just going to neglect it forever. And it's going to be a fail part of your gameplay all the time. But if you force yourself to do it all the time, you will always get faster and faster and faster at it. Do you think I was that fast the day that I started playing StarCraft? I don't even know what the fuck I was doing the day I started playing StarCraft. I was like, well, I don't know. Creep spread's fucking annoying. That's what I thought, literally. I was like, that shit sucks. God, it's frustrating. Such a waste of time. I fucking love creep spread now. It's amazing. I only felt like it was sucked for like maybe the first like 3 months I played this game in like 2010. And at first it's annoying, but then you start to appreciate it because it makes you win so many games. So all we wanted to scout is if he expanded. He did expand. That's all we wanted to know. We're good. Good to go. So now let's go back to our safety area here. Against Protoss and Terran, you can leave him kind of on the side, but against Zerg, leave it in the middle of the open so you can see if he moves out. And then against Zerg as well, don't stack the sides. Stack the middle of the map with your Overlords. So like, instead of putting an Overlord here, I'll put one like over here so I can see if he moves out at all. I'll let that Overlord live, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's make it a Roach Warren. We have all our money spent. All our larvae is spent. The reason why I put the Overlords in the middle of the map against Zerg is yes, because they don't have Stalkers or Marines. And it's important to know if you get Ling flooded or not. The higher level you get, the more you're going to have to appreciate Overlord scouts. And we're doing basic scouting right now, which is just see if he has a natural. But if we put more Overlords on the map, it gives us more of a chance to see, are there a bunch of Lings spawning on the map? Like running across to come kill me. Okay, so let's go ahead and take our third base again. And saturate my gases at my natural. Take a hatchery. And there you go. There's Lings coming on the map. So now let's do this. Okay? Make roaches. We walled off our base. Let's... Yeah. Just make roaches. The hatchery died. Whatever. Who cares? We're just making roaches now, guys. We saw the Lings on the mini-map just flooding out. Because we have multiple Overlords over there. So we're making roaches. We're being safe. We will still take a third, but we're being safe about it. Okay, let's start creep spreading. And let's select all army and send my roaches over there, because we're kind of crushing his army now. And let's start going back to drones now, because we have 11 roaches. Easy. Easy peasy. To do that, to deal with what we just dealt with, guys, all we did was we made an evo chamber to block out more of the surface area of my door here. And then we put a queen in the doorway and like just guesstimate it, right? Like right there is the doorway. And then hold position the queen as soon as it's there. That's all we did. And then while the queen was blocking the door, that buys me time to make roaches without letting his Lings just flood into my base. And then we made 11 roaches while he was outside. And then we just crushed it. Because if we have no roaches, it could be scary because my drones could die. My queens could die. But as soon as we had 11 roaches, that fight was super easy. Okay, let's start saturating my third. Rally point everything to the third. Now, we can also start spreading my creep again. Because no reason not to. So, creep spread. Also make a fourth queen too. Because we're about to make this queen become a injector. How often do you look at the minimap? Me, personally, a fucking lot. You guys in Silver League, you shouldn't look at that much. Which is why, if I only said, leave one Overlord over there, you'd probably miss it. But if I said, put like 6 Overlords on the map, you have many chances that Lings can cross Overlords repeatedly, and you might notice out of your peripheral, oh shit, there's a lot of red coming at me right now. And then you respond. If you don't respond, it doesn't necessarily mean I would have died there, but I would have gotten fucked up right there pretty bad. I would have probably lost like 10 drones if I didn't wall my base right there. Okay, so look at our money. Money's kind of high. Let's go ahead and do 2 things. Make a gas and make a hatchery. Macro hatch. Let's go ahead and get my mineral lines still going, making drones. Good stuff. Do I have a Hydra den? I do not. Let's make one. Let's get another queen going to creep spread. Again, this task needs to be maintained. And send 3 drones to this gas. And yeah, we'll just leave it for now. 13 out of, it's fine. Because we have another base starting anyways. Drone count is almost there. We are now there. We're 84. So let's rally everything up here. Let's go ahead and take 5 drones off. Click that up there as well. Let's make another hatchery over here because we'll start mining out more and we'll need another base. Spread my creep. Spread my creep. Make Hydras in the process. Spread my creep. Start getting Hydra upgrades. Inject my bases. Spread any creep that I can that's still available. That's all done, whatever. Spread my creep again over here. Any creep tumors over here that are available? Yes, they are. Good to go. Whatever. Reset. Make Hydras. Make Overlords. Make a couple of gases. And start the process over again. Inject. 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 Make Hydras. Make Overlords. Creep. 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 Make Hydras. Saturate base. Saturate base. Or, sorry, make Hydras. Make a infestation pit so we can go into a hive. Drone count. 80. Still good. He's attacking me. He's got burrow move. So here's a tip for Zerg players. I'm glad this guy did this. You see how he has big, shiny ass spikes on his head? And mine don't have like neon colored spikes on my head? That means he has burrow movement. So check this out. Let's go ahead and do this now. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Let's move my whole army over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Fucking drones are so stupid. 1, 2, 3. Now, how many drones we got? 62. Let's make a fuckload of drones and replace them. Let's make them all go to my new base. We're now back up to 81. Let's go to a hive. Inject. 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 Oh, hey, he's there. He's in my third base now. Let's go over here. Attack him with my army. I'll show you guys a clear understanding of burrow movement after this game's over in the replay. Because I'm sure some people are like, wait, what the fuck is happening, dude? What are you talking about? ViBE, you crazy, man? Okay, now let's make a couple more spines again. These 3 spines make it really hard for him. God, these drones are so stupid. Why? I have the extra dumb drones this game. And what the fuck is wrong with my units? Okay, max out. And since he's going burrow move, let's do this. 2 overseers. Okay, so inject. 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 What's happening over here? Mutas. Okay, so we'll fix that too. It's fine. It's fine. Select all army. A move. Shift. A move. Shift. A move. Tab. Control click the overseer. Click the fucking screen of overseers. Have them follow a Hydra. That way we can see burrow move and stuff like that. And now let's also start making a spore crawler per base. Just a spore crawler. Just one. We don't need mass. And look at my mineral lines. Good. 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 Pretty good. Drone count. We lost a lot of drones. Let's make another round of drones. And rally everything back. Here. Like new rally point. Whatever. It's in my base. In the front of my base. Whatever. Every time a unit dies, make a unit. Every time a unit dies, make a unit. We can send Hydras over here to attack that. We're just making units. Okay, this base looks like it's dead, so let's re-rally point somewhere else now. So rally point to my natural. What's going on over here? Just A move his base. Rally point to the natural. Start making new Hydras in the natural. Okay, and then okay, so after that, if the game didn't end here, we would have just sent our army around to attack other places, like for instance other bases we haven't seen yet, like 3rd base, 4th base. Clear the map basically would have been the next goal, and all we were doing was we were just making Hydras, and everything that died aggressively or defensively, at this point we just literally rally pointed somewhere safe around my base and just made Hydras. Just held down Hydra key. So we stayed at max supply throughout that process. And if these Roaches, which are 0-1, try to break into 2-2 Hydras through a tiny bit of a wall as well, and if he dives even further, and he's going to dive into spines as well, I could start breaking this army down to a point to where he might be able to kill this Hydra army one more time with this amount of Roaches. But if I made all of these Hydras again, if I made another 14 Hydras after my first 14 Hydras die, and then my next Hydra spawn as my spines are also fighting the Roaches, like his Roach count, if he fights 3 spines and 14 Hydras, this Roach count would probably be down to like 5 or something. It would be about dead. If not, it might even just die straight up to this right now, depending on how he walks into the door. So very realistic to deal with that. And then worker count wise, we're honestly at 58. But we're letting it kind of sit now at this point because this guy is not choosing to turn around. He's choosing to go into full base trade mode. So we did make a round of drones when I lost my base over here because I wasn't sure if he was going to turn around or not. But then, because I made a round of drones for this base. But then the second he committed and went into my third now, and he's still over at my base, and he's just committing to letting his base entirely die. That is fully committed to base trade. So if he's going to fully commit to base trade, we're just going to commit to making an army as well. Because we still have a good economy. We still have 3 base economy versus someone who's basically on no economy. Because he's base trading. He's letting me kill everything. So it makes sense to, at this point now, since he's committed so hard, just rally point somewhere safe and make Hydras again. And we're good. And we're good. Oh. Oh. Promotion. This is not going to be the end of this video, though. I forgot. I shouldn't have left that game yet. My mistake. But we did just get promoted. Hell yeah, boys. Silver 2. Before we end this video, though, for this time, I want to show you guys the difference of what's it called? Burrow move. So here's a nice tip, okay? This is something I will tell you guys again in the future. Okay? But just know, there are visual differences. There are visual differences in your buildings and your units when, for buildings, when a unit is being produced, or something, a research upgrade, whatever, is being produced. If the building is under construction in some way within itself, that is a visual thing that changes that. And the same thing can be said about units. Units will visually change a lot of the times if you get an upgrade. Most of the time. Okay? Not every unit works like this, but a lot do. And look at this. And sometimes it's something as simple as, wow, that unit's going way faster than I thought it was. But look at the hatchery, okay? Look at the hatchery. It's gonna be chilling for a second. It's gonna probably be kind of hard to see at first, but because he'll probably make a queen really fast. But the hatchery has like a slow, like, it's like imagine like a river that's really fucking like chilling. It's just like nothing's really happening. And then imagine fucking rapids start hitting the river, and the hatchery's like, as soon as a fucking queen starts being made. Slow. Slow. It's very slow. It's idle. It's still moving, but it's like, it's chilling, dude. It's just fucking chilling out. Now it's like jiggling around really hard because a queen's being made. You can tell when someone's making a queen because of that. Noticeable things like this are all over the game. Okay? The same thing can be said about roaches, which I'll show you in a second, which have visual differences when you make or upgrade on the research of which is burrow movement. Now watch the this is going to be maybe another tell. Watch the hatchery right now. This fucking overlord's in the way. Watch the hatchery right now. It'll stop jiggling as hard. Right now. And now it's like slow again. It's chilling. It's slow. It's not fucking freaking out. There are differences like that in lots and lots and lots of buildings. Every race has things like that. Now you can see, look at our drone cut to his. He went for a spine crawler and also a speedling timing. This is going to severely put him behind when it comes to economy. So even though we don't cancel our third and we get a major 300 loss here and he doesn't have any losses. Even though that just happened, it doesn't matter because look at the minerals per minute. This is, again, everybody understands this. They understand resources lost. Everybody understands this. Very few people think about this. Resources gained per minute. We're mining almost triple his gas, and we're mining like, you know, he's mining 2/3 of our minerals, essentially. More or less. Not really. A little bit more. You get my point, though. We're mining a lot more than he is. So it puts you in a negative position, right? And this honestly just comes from efficiency of what we're doing. There is no need, again, there is no need to build this spine crawler if he sees that I expanded. That is unnecessary. If I didn't have this base here, making that spine would have made perfect sense. But if you do have a natural, don't make a spine. This is the difference between last bronze GM and this bronze GM. Last time I was like, yeah, fucking make a spine if you want. It really doesn't make any sense. So now I'm trying to teach you guys a little bit more technically with scout. We're trying to teach you guys good habits of scouting. In Silver League, if we're going to scout something as simple as, does he have a natural or not, which is basic scouting. If he does have a natural, no spine. If he does not have a natural, make a fucking spine. That's all you want to know. We'll improve your scouting as we go up in leagues, but for now, just figure out if you expanded or not, because it'll tell you if you want to make a spine or not. And if you actually are going to be safe to drone or not. You're safe, by the way, you are safe to drone until he attacks you if you make a spine and he's one-basing you. As soon as he attacks you, you can start making an army. And you should be okay most of the time. You might die sometimes, but just know that's the minority. You will still get promoted over time if you play that way. Now check this out. Watch his roaches, okay? This is the difference in the upgrade. Look at his roaches. Right now. Okay, look at the roaches. Notice how the top of the head of the roach is really dull looking. The roaches are, it's like, sure, you see like red streaks across them. There's like, it's like striped red and black on the roach. But this guy isn't in Fast and the, this guy hasn't met Vin Diesel yet. He's not in Fast and the Furious. He doesn't have neon lights on his head. Get ready. Which part is the head? Right there. That's the head. See those spikes on his... So, okay, the health bars are making it a little bit harder to see. But you see how he has these, like, spikes right here? And they're just kind of dull? They're dark? It's very fucking obvious, trust me. You'll notice. It is very obvious. Just wait and see. The top of the roach is dull. It's dark. It does have multiple colors, but it's dark. Get ready for neon lights to appear on this roach. Tell me if you know when you see it, okay? Just stare at the roaches right now, and then in your own room go if you see it. Just raise your fucking hand if you see it, okay? Just stare at the roach. Stare at it. Stare at it. Get ready. Do you notice a difference? Do you notice a difference? If you raised your hand, you're that guy that raised his hand for the sound beep that never beeped. It's like, raise your hand at the beep. And then the guy goes like this. He's like, and the lady's like, I haven't even turned the machine on yet. It's like, oh, fuck. Look at the roaches. It hasn't happened yet. I'm glad you guys said no. Some of you did. Do you notice a difference? I see it. There you go. That it is on them now. Let's back it up and let's get to the exact moment when it happened. It was like right here, I think. Right about... Here we go. Watch it again. Right now, it just happened. They're neon as fuck now. These things are lit up. They're shiny. Bright lights on these roaches' heads. It is very obvious to know a burrow movement roach when you see one. It's super neon-y. No matter what color his race is, it's going to be really fucking vibrant of that color on his head. So when you see roaches that are glowing like that, that means burrow move. I can't see it. Really? Okay, look at his roaches. Do you see how his roaches look really shiny, bright red all over the place? Now look at my roaches. Notice how my roaches are really dark still? My roaches have a very dark color to them. His roaches are very shiny red. My roaches are dark. Zoom in. How do you guys not see this? Are you fucking blind? all the spikes glow the color of the race that he is. And if your opponent is red, because you can make them red by default, it'll always be red. Okay, if you're looking right here, if you're looking at the big fucking spikes, or sorry, the big like talon fucking Kaiser blade looking things, don't look at those. Do not look at these elephant trunks or elephant, what the hell are they called? Tusks, Jesus Christ. Don't look at the tusks. Look at the head. Look at the middle of the head. The colors stay the same. It's way more vibrant. It's not the same. Look at its ass. That's the color of what it was before. Now look at the spikes. That is a much more vibrant red. That is not the same color. Can you guys notice the difference? Look at its ass. Look at its head. That is not the same color. It's a dull red versus a vibrant red. Like pinkish red, almost. There you go. Get some turning going on for you. Do you see it? Look at it one more time. Okay. One more time. Last time. If you don't see it now, I can't do anything for you. Your eyes are terrible. Go get your eyes checked. Last one. Look. It has not happened yet, but it's about to. Notice how these roaches are dull. The spikes are gray. They're blackish and grayish. Get ready. Are you ready? Now they're red. Can you see the difference now? When the spikes are glowing on their head, burrow move has been researched. Now I see it. Again, if you don't know, if someone's in silver and they're like, dude, you're blowing my fucking mind right now. I don't even know what to say right now. Don't worry. This takes experience. This is something it's something you can know now, but it might not actually apply for like 2 months because it might take you a while to be like, oh, damn, now I just see it now. It's like you're that guy that plays Counter-Strike for the first time and you're like, dude, I'm a fucking counter-terrorist. Stop shooting me. I can't tell who's on my team and who's not. Am I dressed in black with a fucking vest? I'm a good guy. Kill the guy with the bandana and green and red over there. Christmas colors. Kill that guy. It takes time, okay? It just takes time. And yeah, that's about it. Also, I'll give you guys a fun tip, okay? Fun tip. This is not silver, by the way. This is a tip this is something you guys might remember and you might feel really cool about. You guys might feel really cool about this when you're a higher level player. The only reason why I want to say this now is because I don't know how many opportunities I'm going to be able to talk about this because not everyone goes burrow move. Check this out. Look at the Roach Warren. You see this Roach Warren? Look at it. Watch it. Watch for the difference in motion of the ocean. Notice how it doesn't really move very much? It's chilling. It's like, oh. It's chilling. It's not doing anything. Roach Warren's doing nothing. Now do you see it? It's now the little bug inside of it's like, ah! Poking its head out and shit. And then, I hope no one has trypophobia. Now it's like shaking around and shit. That is a upgrading Roach Warren. Okay? Now here's where I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. One person will remember this. One person will remember this when you are right now you're Gold League or Silver League, and one day a year from now you're gonna be like Masters fucking 1 or some shit on the verge of GM, or maybe 3 months if you're a genius. You ready? Are you ready? Check this out. If you scout a Zerg player, and you go like this, let's pretend I have an overseer over his base right now. Hold on, I thought this guy, okay, never mind, I'm just kidding. Does he even get roach speed ever? Oh my god, he made me look bad! He skipped roach speed! For some reason I thought he was gonna get it. Okay. Well, here's my point, okay? This is what I was going to tell you. 'Cause it still applies. It's just less cool now. There are two ways to see an upgrade on a Roach. One is the spikes we just talked about, that you can physically see on your screen. The second one is because you have enemy unit selection enabled. And you can click on a Roach of your opponent. Just one, because if you click on multiple, you don't get the right command card. Or you actually can't click on multiple anyways, because you can only do this right now because it's a replay. When you're in the game, you can't green box your opponent's army. So you click on one Roach, and you go like this with your mouse, okay? Here's your mouse. Here it is, in the middle of the screen. You scroll down with your mouse, down to the armor. This is a nice tip for you guys. This is a server league tip, which I'm going to take really in depth right now, but this is actually a nice tip for anyone in server league. If your move speed on the unit is white text, does not matter the number. You'll learn the numbers over time. But if the text is white, it has not been upgraded yet. If the text is yellow, it has been modified by an upgrade. So, my point I was trying to make was if you see a Zerg player with speed on Roaches, okay? He's got move speed, and you come over to his Roach Warren, and it's like just freaking out, upgrading some shit again. There are only 2 upgrades on a Roach Warren, and you're like, oh, you already have Roach speed. What could the other upgrade be on your Roach Warren? You already know he's researching burrow move before it's even done. That's where I was going to blow your fucking mind. That's like a master's, almost GM level tactic right there. Like knowledge bomb. But yeah, yellow text is altered for upgrades. The exact same thing is said about weapon upgrades. Notice, look at the damage. Do you see that? Do you see how it says 18 is yellow? That means it has +1. It's obvious that it has +1 because it says 1 on the damage, but yellow is altered. Yellow means altered. As an example, look at this. One visual example, visual aid, and then we're gonna be done. We're gonna move on, and this will be the end of the video. Look at a Zergling when he makes one. Okay, he made a Zergling, and he is getting Zergling speed. So look at the Zergling. You see how the move speed is white? 4.13. The plus 1.24 doesn't matter. It's green. The reason why it's green and it says that is because he's standing on top of creep. And creep gives you a 25% move speed increase, basically, or some shit like that. But now look, he's off creep. It just says 4.13, and it's white. See, you with me? You with me, boys? 4.13, white text. Now look at this. Also, the Zerglings get visual upgrades too, because the skin changes. They get wings on their fucking... They like grow parts when they get speed. But again, look. Get ready. White text, unupgraded. What about adrenal glands? Yes, it makes the attack speed turn yellow. It makes the attack speed go from a white 0.5 to a yellow 0.35. All right, boys, check it out. Look at the fucking look at the number. 4.13 white. Get ready for the yellow. 6.58. Yellow is altered. So if you ever look at a unit and you look at what the unit does, if it's yellow, it means he already has the upgrade. He has invested into that upgrade of whatever the fuck it was. Show wings. Well, you can see them right here. So here, we'll back it up, I guess. Look at the Zerglings right now. Where the fuck are they? It looks awkward. Look at the Lings right now. They don't have wings. They haven't had their Red Bull yet. Now get ready for it. They're about to have wings. You ready? It's about to happen right now. No wings on any of these Zerglings. They still have little fucking hands above their head that they smack you with. But no wings. And now they're going to grow wings like a fucking cockroach or something. And right now. Now they have wings. White wings on the back. Because now they have speed. The Zerg units get visual alterations a lot when they get upgrades like this. Some don't, but a lot do. Like Roaches and Lings do, for sure. Banelings don't. But Banelings visually change though because instead of waddling, they roll. But yeah. Yellow means altered, okay? The more you know. What is the visual of roaches? Watch the VOD. Are you saying for speed? I was like, we just fucking went over that. Roaches don't have a visual alteration for speed. It's just something that you'll have to physically see where you're like, those things are faster than normal. You'll get used to that as well. You will have a mental note if you play StarCraft enough to where units, you'll notice they're moving faster because like there's a normal speed and there's a faster speed. You will pick up on these things over time. It's just these are things where it's like you can ask me 100 questions right now and not a single answer that I'm going to give you is going to really make you feel like you know, but you're just going to be like, oh, cool. But then when you're in the game, you're going to be like, I don't fucking know, does it? It's one of those things where you just have to have experience. That's just it. You just have to have experience. You get it in time. But just know that if you want to physically check it yourself, clicking on a unit, anything that's a yellow text is altered amounts through upgrades, armor, weapons, attack speed, move speed, whatever. Yellow upgrades on stat card are alteration or upgrades. Yellow means upgrade. Guys, that's I'm gonna wrap up this video before I start talking to Twitch chat. That was a lot of knowledge bombs there at the end. But thank you very much for watching the video. I will see you guys in Silver 2. Until then, have a great night. Have a great day. Or I'll see you in like probably 5 seconds. Peace. Goodbye. Later, guys.